Hi guys, welcome and welcome back to my channel. Say hello to Latke.
Hello.
So in today's video, we're going to be doing Get Ready With Me, and I'm going to be interviewing this beautiful queen. She's going to get in full drag and we're going to get to know her. So if you guys are interested to see and watch us, just have a kiki pretty much, then keep on watching. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can get notified of all new stuff I upload. I upload 3 times a week on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, and I go live some Mondays. So follow me on social media, all the links are down below, and let's get right into this. Hi, this is future Elaina here. So this is Tuesday and I'm filming this video not related to a drag video, but this is going to be the drag video that you're about to see is going to be my Fridays are drag, obviously. This is very unplanned. This video almost did not get edited, but I gotta go from my beautiful friend Latke, and we're gonna do this, so you're gonna see me edit. This was a long conversation, so prepare yourselves for it. I still have to edit this. So when you see me now, I'm still okay. Tomorrow I'm going for another laser removal for the rest of my eyebrow tattoo. So on Friday I'm gonna be all swollen and recovering. So I'm glad I have the footage. So you gotta get to see us having a kiki and Latke get in full drag. So we're about to start here, and Latke is about to glue her eyebrows, so she's gonna show you some tricks.
Yes.
So while you're doing it, why don't you tell us about yourself?
Yeah. So when I'm not doing drag, I am really, well, I guess I'm a theater queen because I mostly do theater when I'm not doing drag, but I'm also going to school for mechanical engineering, so I love how those have nothing in common. Well, to me, they feel like they have something in common though, because I think when I'm like engineering stuff and building stuff, and when I'm like doing drag and sewing and stuff, it's all about like just creating something. And so to me, they're the same thing, but they're very different.
So Latke and I, we met on Instagram, of course. I mean, where else do you meet people?
Right.
Instagram and YouTube. And we've been talking. She's in North California. So she came to South California for a short time and we decided to meet up.
It's like I have to, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it took us like a few tries between me being sick with COVID and I wanted to sneeze at you.
Yeah. And then the other thing is I got the location for where she lived wrong, and so I thought it was like a quick 15-minute drive. It is not. It's still it's still like doable. But I meant that one time I was like, oh yeah, I'll just pop down over. I'm like, never mind.
How long did it take you to drive?
Oh, there wasn't traffic today, so it was like 30 minutes. It wasn't bad.
That's not bad.
But like if I had like gone during rush hour, it would have been like an hour. Yeah, so I was showing her. I use like I think it's for like laying edges. Usually is what this is used for, but you could also just use a toothbrush. Because I find that like for getting the glue like really flat, it's a lot better than using a spool. I don't know. I break spoolies. I'm like really like aggressive with my makeup, so I think when I use spoolies I just bend them, whereas this is like I can actually go at it and be really aggressive.
So here's a good example on how to glue eyebrows, because this is something you'll never see on my channel because I got none.
Oh, hello.
Oh, Ali Cage say hello and he jumped on Latke lap. Look at that, he loves you. This is the friendliest kitty ever. He's gonna try to suck your t-shirt. He might milk you, you know, he milks anything.
He's welcome to do so. Might get stuck to my eyebrows, but that is okay.
It's like when meet the parents, like, I've got nipples, can you milk me? So it's the same thing.
Exactly.
He milks everything.
See, I don't have my kitties with me, so I just missed this, so I am not going to complain.
He's such a good boy.
He is.
Everybody loves when he makes appearance on YouTube.
He might be here the whole time, we'll see. Well, once I get a lot on my face, I'm gonna have to move you down, or else you are going to be beige by the end, okay? For now, you can stay.
So we're coming back here because we needed some time for the eyebrows. Look at the smooth job. This is so smooth. I don't think I do that well on my husband when I glue this. Well, but I cover it up with eyeshadow.
It's also the first time you do anyone's brows if they don't have them before. It's always terrible because like their brows aren't used to it. So like when I put my brother's girlfriend in drag, and like I don't know, every time I put someone new in drag, I feel so bad because I feel like I like ruin their brows because it's just so Dermablend.
Dermablend. I never used that before, so it should be interesting to see.
Let's see. It's just like really full, and I mixed 2 colors to try and get my good shade match. I mean, this is better than when I'm still figuring out the ratio, like, but basically It looks very orange on me, but I feel like it doesn't really matter the first color you go in with. You just.
Yeah, because it's gonna be so much highlight after that.
Oh my god, yeah. No, this is like, honestly, this could be any color and you wouldn't even see it at the end.
Yeah, sometimes I end up with a highlight so light, so my face is almost white.
Oh,
That's a little too much.
I don't know, I just use white, like, for mine.
Well, I do too, for just the drag videos, not now, obviously.
Oh, right,
now
yeah.
look normal-ish.
Normal for a drag queen.
Yeah, that's what I always end up with. Like, on the days that I don't film, I just do some, I'm gonna do some neutral makeup with maybe some mascara, and I ended up with a full smoke hair.
Yeah. I'm not a huge makeup wearer out of drag just because, I don't know, because I can never do a little bit. Like, I start with a little bit, and then it's just way too much. And if people, like, ask me, like, my friends will be like, oh, can you teach me how to do makeup? I'm like, I can teach you how to do drag makeup. I can't teach you how to do, like, what you're asking for. Because, like, I can't, they're like, oh, I want, like, something really subtle. I'm like, I'm not the person. I've never tried subtle in my life, and I don't intend to. So, like, why would I start now? I'm a mess. She says she's messy, but she's really organized. Like, by my standards, I am, like, actually a mess.
Well, I'm very organized, but I like small things to be hidden.
Right.
And in this apartment, we of course don't have an extra room, so now they're all on display. And I'm not into it. Oh well.
Like,
The cats make a mess too. All the cat toys on the floor all the time.
this is what. So, I guess I'll just name drop her because we can get her. Her name is Tai Tees. She's a San Diego, LA drag queen. When I was doing like my first like theater show in drag, and so like I would get to the theater at like 3 p.m. and like the show would end by like 9:30, so I was in it for like a long time. The first night, luckily it was dress rehearsal, my brows were just fully gone by the end. So I'm like, Ty, like, oh, you know, because normally like I'm doing a show and I'll be like in there for like an hour, and this was like 6 hours from start to finish. And so she taught me like I'm sure she's not the only one who does this, but basically glue, brows, and then powder, and then one more layer of glue and one more layer of powder. And like it sounds like kind of obvious, but like it's so helpful.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So
my husband's eyebrows a little more struggly. Like they're thin, but the hairs kind of stick out in all sides and all directions. And might be the old age as well, because he's not your age. So by the time you turn into a 40 or 50, your eyebrows going to be pointed in different directions.
Yeah, and like wirier and stuff. I also always do things like way out of order. Like I really should have finished the brows and then done the face, but like...
Yeah, but who cares?
Yeah, exactly. Like I'm never that concerned about my makeup looking like flawless, like foundation wise, because like I'm not trying to convince people that I'm not wearing foundation. Like who would I convince? Like that's...
Yeah, because for drag it's like it has to look good from distance.
Exactly. And like especially I mostly do this for theater, and so I paint for like far away.
That's what it is.
Exactly.
You know, sometimes people ask me like, why do you do drag makeup? Because it's like it's theater, it's fun.
Oh yeah.
It's just like art, you know.
Exactly. Exactly. Like,
besides, I'm delusional. I think I'm a drag queen, and my name is Elaina.
How are you not a drag queen? Like
Oh, that was a very loud one. I can't even do that.
I can't whistle though. That I can't do. So at least I can tongue pop, but I can't whistle.
I cannot snap my fingers. Like, look.
I mean, I hear it.
Barely. There's something wrong with my fingers. My husband always looks at me like, look, they do it like this. I'm like,
like what? Apparently, when I was like elementary school, the week that I like learned how to snap, I apparently would just not stop. I was just going everywhere. Just my mom was like so annoyed by the end. She's like, okay, we get it. You learned. We get it. Like it's pretty full coverage. Oh, I'm gonna blend down my neck. But,
yeah, I was looking at that. I'm like, something's missing. I'm gonna be shady. I'm like,
no, please. Like I always remember everything by the end, but I forget steps in a row so much that I'll be like halfway done and like, wait, I like never did my neck or something like that, you know, and so... Well,
obviously today we're just doing this for YouTube, but
yeah.
Do you usually put the foundation all the way down to adjust?
Depends on what I'm wearing. Like, if it's gonna be seen, then yes. And it also depends like how deep it goes. Like if there's like cleavage showing, then I'll do like a boob contour, but if it's just a little bit, I won't. I don't know, I usually don't pad my chest. I don't know, for some reason, like I always wear hips, but I almost never pad my chest, and I don't know why. It's just like, for me, it's the silhouette. Like the silhouette is like what's so like, dramatically different for me, and I feel like the hips like really like give a different silhouette, whereas like I feel like I don't mind. Well, the other thing is that like I fit into women's clothes when I don't pad because I have wide shoulders.
Oh yeah,
and
makes sense.
So basically, if one is meant for like someone who like is bustier than me, but has thinner chest, it will kind of fit for me, and
then you can just contour. Right?
Yeah, exactly. And so like, I was taking a costume design class with my like at my school, and my teacher was like, all right, so we're gonna learn how to take like these are measurements. One of them was like your bust measurement, and she was like, all right, so the range of people in here, is probably gonna be, probably like 25 to 40, and I'm like, Becky, I think I'm more than 40, and she's like, Liam, I am, and she measured me. She's like, fine, you're 41. Because like yes, just because I got to prove her wrong. I love her, and that's why I like proving her wrong, because she's almost never wrong. It's one of those people.
So tell us, how did you get into drag, and like when did you start it and why?
Like my freshman year of college, like which I guess like 4 years ago.
How old are you?
22.
Oh.
I was like, I don't know, I kind of like fell into like a rabbit hole. I think Ms. Cracker was the first queen that like I really looked at a lot, and was like, because I don't think I had realized that like you could be like glamorous and funny, which like is very obvious. Like that, there's a lot of queens like that. I'm not saying that Cracker's like the only one. It's just like I didn't know anything about drag. There's a lot of that like internalized homophobia of like I'm gay, but I don't do anything like that. And I saw her videos and I was like, wait, this is so much fun. I bet I could do that. Turns out I can't. I looked so bad for the first few years. I mean, we'll see how this turns out, but like, I also just didn't know anything. Like I didn't know the difference between highlight and highlighter. So like every part that I like now paint white would just be glittery. It was so bad. I didn't know,
Under eyes too?
Yeah. Which don't, no. If you're learning makeup from this, first of all, learn from her, not from me, but you probably want this to be matte under here, not glowy. But I like highlighter, it's the same thing, right? It's not the same thing.
So we're doing our favorite, kimchi. Using kimchi concealer.
It's so good. And you get so much, like, like with other brands, I probably would have been like through one of these already. But like you get, what was it? It's something like 0.5 ounces or something, which like most concealers come in like 0.2, which is so nice because I don't know, like for the way I use it, I use a lot. So it's...
Yeah, lots and lots.
And I use it like drag queens do.
Yeah, and you can use Elaina Glam for extra 15% off.
I think I did that last time I bought from them.
Oh, thanks.
Well, thank you. Let's see.
Well, sometimes they have a sale that's better than a discount code, so actually it's worth it. So tell us, how did you came up with your drag name? I already know. I just wanted to tell people what Latke means.
So Latke wasn't my first drag name. My first drag name was Izzy Jewish.
I love that.
Which the kind of thing for me is basically like, I don't know, I like that, and I wanted something similar, but like a little more tongue in cheek, like, and a little less
not
like,
too obvious, right?
Yeah, like I like it's kind of like the name kimchi, how it's like it's kind of just like a name, but it's also a joke and it's food. And so latke it's a type of Jewish potato pancake you have at Hanukkah. And I figured, like for people who don't know what it means, they'll be like, ooh, it's like such like a unique name, but I just know it means like potato, which is kind of like the drag I like to do, which is like kind of taking itself seriously, but like, the joke is that it's taking itself seriously, I guess. But I mean, I still like to like look polished and whatnot, like.
Yeah, I love the joke names. Like I chose myself Lada because of the old Soviet car.
Oh, I didn't know
but
that.
It's funny because most people don't even know what it is.
Right.
So my name kind of like it's difficult to decipher.
Well, that's the thing with mine though. It's like people who don't know that latke is like a food. They're like, ooh, like a foreign name. I'm like, no, this is potato.
Is some people Europeans they heard like of Lada?
Yeah.
It's like a very boxy square, like a Soviet old times car. So just
not very glamorous.
Exactly. So that was kind of fun.
I love it.
So what do you use? This is ABH, right?
Yeah. I think
it's a very cool tone. I like that.
Yeah. They still make this one specifically, I think, because they discontinued their foundations as foundations, but I think they use a few of them. They still sell a few of them as contour. This is the one in mink.
Yeah, I might want to get myself one of these.
Yeah, it's just super cool. Like, super cool tone, which I appreciate, because, like, I don't know. I can always add the warmth. I add the warmth back with bronzer and blush, so I like the contour to just be, like dark. Not dark, but, like...
Yeah.
Shadowy.
Exactly. Well, that's what a contour is. It should be like a shadow.
Exactly. Like I feel like I can't actually do the contour if it's super. Like I can't do it as contour if it's super warm because it'll just look like I'm just like tan.
My first contour, I used to contour only with powder, and then one of my first contour videos I was making for YouTube, like when I started my channel, I was following Scott Barnes' tutorial when he did tidy makeup. and it was like very, very underpainted with a dark contour.
Mhm.
So I got the e.l.f. concealer. It was literally like a dark orange. And I used that as a contour, but once you paint the foundation over it, kind of
Yeah.
like, it's not that visible. But I still like, I'm looking back, it's like orange, dark orange on my face.
I was rifling through brushes here to find one that I normally use for contour because she apparently cleans her brushes after every use, which like I do too. Definitely, I don't. But
Well, I have a husband slave. He usually washes my brushes.
Perfect.
Except he is at work now, so
Oh, no.
I'm gonna be stuck alone.
And I haven't, like, my nose is like actually crooked, so I have to draw on the contour also crooked to kind of fix it. And so it's like, if I drew my contour straight down my nose, like the way it goes, it would make it look more crooked because I'd basically be like painting on the crookedness. So I kind of, so like my nose kind of shifts a little bit that way. So like the center of my nose is right here. If you see between my eyes, it's a little bit to the side.
Yeah.
So I kind of have to move it right here.
Yeah, but nobody is symmetrical. Like my left eye is placed higher in my face than the right eye. So I usually play with the eyebrows, like to make them more even.
I should try that.
And then put the gems in the inner corner. Like sometimes I do, you can see where the one gem is high, the other lower. So I place the gems on the same level. So it's all tricks.
I think I discovered that my nose is crooked, like not even from doing makeup, but like from looking on Zoom. Because for some reason in some Zoom lighting, you can really tell. So that's when I was like, oh my God. Because I was like flipping the screen back and forth. I'm like, oh my God, my nose is like, whoop, whoop, whoop. And so.
But you have a good profile. It's very straight.
Yeah, I like my nose. It's very Jewish. I'm Jewish. Can't tell. I think we've mentioned that like 5 times.
Yeah.
Or if we haven't yet, we will.
Yeah, we have a little bit of likeness because I discovered 23andMe's. I have Ashkenazi Jews in me. I'm like, yes. And my mom didn't even know that. I'm like, Mom, who's Jewish in our family? She's like, I have no idea.
I mean, Sasha Velour is, I mean, not that they're in your family, but like, I don't know. There's a good amount of Jewish queens, which like, because Michelle is Jewish, Sasha, Jinx, Cracker, a lot of like, kind of comedy and like, I don't know, it makes a lot of sense. They're very Jewish queens. They're like comedy and but I love that. But also cerebral. I don't know. I love it.
I also love Cracker when she came out to her season. I love her.
Yeah, she's great. Wish they didn't compare her to Aquaria because they're just so different. Like, I think they don't try and do the same thing.
Yeah, they're not the same at all. Like a different style. The only thing that they wore both blonde wigs and they're both from New York. And
they have like similar-ish faces if you paint them the same, but like. Everyone looks similar if you paint them the same. That's the point of drag makeup. Like,
so tell us what you're using to set.
Oh yeah, I'm using haven't used it before, so we will see if I like it. But I'm using the Kimchi, like I think it's called Ivender. It's like lavender and ivory.
This is very interesting because I have a translucent one. Obviously, translucent is just translucent.
Yeah, and full disclosure, I intended to only use this in the highlight area, and then we started doing it on the contour, and I'm like, oh, it's on the contour now. But I'm gonna go back with the contour.
Yeah, it's gonna be powdered anyway.
Yeah.
But I can see a little lavender, like a side view. I can see it.
Yeah, just because I'm super cool tone, like super pink. And so if I feel like when I don't put a little bit of pink back in everywhere, I just look gray.
So you're watching all winter season now?
I am. I'm enjoying it. I wish they would give negative critiques. Not that they're doing poorly, but I wish that they would like because like no one's like showed up in anything or done anything that's like bad on the show, but I wish that they would like give like negative critiques, like really pithy ones, like still positive ones, because like, you know, some queens are still to help us understand why they think some are better than the other,
right?
Because they're like, everyone's so good,
always in the bottom,
yeah,
and they don't know why, right?
And like it's like it's not to say that like just because you get negative critique doesn't mean you're doing bad. They're almost never doing bad on that. It's just like they give everyone such glowing compliments, and then so it feels like they're just randomly choosing 2 winners because they didn't tell us why they.
Who's your favorite to win?
I mean, Jinx.
I love Jinx, I know, but I'm partial to Vivian, of course. So I'm like rooting for her too.
Yeah, we're filming this after I don't know what number episode, but it's whatever one. Like right now, there's a lot of them that could make it to the top 4. Like it's Jada, and then a bunch of question, and I guess Jada, Jinx now, and then a bunch of question marks. Pretty much looks like. Oh yeah. Which I want all of them. So I'm like, I know, I love all of them too. Who am I rooting for? Because I just want the season to never end.
Yeah, because they're all stars for a reason. They're so good, all of them. So what are you using for the brow? The same stick, right?
Yeah, same contour. Yeah. I find that if I use the same contour, or this, okay, so I think I only brought like a blonde and a pink wig, so this won't match. Oh well. But I find that if I use like a contour that's like and brows the same color, it kind of feels like it's all together.
Yeah, I use the same thing.
Yeah. Is this true? Probably not. I'm probably just telling myself this, but like, whatever.
But you're gonna go with the other products over it, right? Or you're just gonna leave it as is?
You know, I will. Yeah. Usually I do this, and then just to kind of.
I don't know. Different people have different styles. Do you draw hairs? So you just...
No, I never bother with hairs because I feel again I do it mostly for the stage. And
yeah, you can't really see that.
Yeah, if people can see my hair, then I'm not moving enough. Like I am sitting way too still. So like, you know what? They exist. They will coexist with each other. And then I usually powder them down, and then they kind of disappear, and then I can go back in with like darker, middle, light.
Just reminded Latke to prime.
I just forget.
I was a shady bitch. I'm like, aren't you gonna prime?
No, it's the kind of thing where it's just like I always do mine in a different order every time, just because I'm very ADHD and very chaotic, and it's like not a good thing. I'm not like, oh, that's my method and it worked. Like it would work better if I didn't forget. It's just I'm just like I've done this like, you know, a few hundred times, and yet I still like do a different order every single time. I want to try follow Camden's makeup tutorial because I've had so many people tell me that I look like Camden.
You do.
I was doing a show, and like Bosco and Deja were highlighting it, and they literally were like, Camden. To be fair, I was doing a Moulin Rouge number, which was like, you know, like she did that like Moulin Rouge like number like in her show, which I decided to do that number before they did it there. I wasn't just like trying to copy the show, but literally.
It's so funny because you look like her out of drag too.
No, exactly, and so I feel like. For drag, with like the thing with following tutorials is that people like think you can just follow anyone's tutorial, which you can, but like if their face doesn't look like yours, you will look a lot different. Like when people do Trixie's makeup on thin faces, it doesn't work. She has like a round face, or Kim Chi makeup on, you have to like, you can't just follow it exactly. And like I have a pretty thin face.
Oh, we use in Rpdr. The latest volume 6. It's 6, right?
I was gonna use my own, and I was like, well, this is so pretty.
Yeah, and I said, why not use one of mine? You're here, you can dig to anything. Anything behind this curtain is yours. You can dig.
You guys have no idea how much is back there. It's amazing. And she says it's messy, and I'm like, I will show you messy.
Well, they kind of do have an idea because sometimes I lose the curtain. Yeah, but I like to have organized palettes behind me so I can see what is where, and I organize them by brand and by like high and low end, so I know what's where.
Yeah.
But actually, some of my friends, they have an anxiety attack when they look at my organization because the palettes are not organized by size.
Yeah, but they're not useful that way.
Yeah, but I use them as brand. Like, I organize by brand. And one of my friends like, I'm getting just anxiety looking at your shelves behind you. I'm like, well, excuse me, sorry.
If they saw my makeup, they would just fully die then.
Exactly.
It's like, I love when queens have like, I don't know, like lashes that look small for drag. And they're still giant, but like for drag, they're small. So I got some dollar store lashes that I'm going to try here.
Yeah, I feel like that too. I love big lashes, but sometimes they cover up all the work.
Yeah, exactly.
So you can't really see every beautiful shimmer. Like today I'm wearing small lashes so you can see the multi-chrome.
Small for us.
Yeah, exactly. Because I'm using my friend Christina Gourmand Girls Radioactive palette.
These are so cool.
And you guys can pick it up at Gourmand Girls Cosmetics, and I got my discount code Elaina. I think it's just Elaina Glam. I forget my own discount codes. So tell us what brand they're using for the eyeliner.
This is Queen Studio. It's QVEEN Studio. It's Queen Herbie. She's gotten pretty big on TikTok. I think a few of her sounds have gone viral. But I've literally, so she originally was like, I don't know if she talks about this anymore, but it's not like a secret. She like kind of had like her first like experience with fame, like, I'm a stan if you can't tell. In this pop group called Carmen, that was her and her now husband. But she's always kind of been more of a rapper, and so she went indie and now has a rap career, and it's really good. And her husband's now the producer. But then she also has a makeup line, which worked. I like the shadows. I think she only does single shadows anymore, and I like the palettes. But the liner is like insane. I
only had this highlighter once from BoxyCharm, and I can confirm it's a real good eyeliner.
I have like I think I've bought it like 5 times, which like it's not cheap, but like on sale you can get it for like $10, and like there's nothing else that I probably repurchased this many times.
She's about to do contour and show what you're using.
So I'm using this like Lunar Beauty like Outer Dimension palette. It's I honestly don't think this is probably a good palette for like non-drag artists or non-makeup artists, because like I feel like most people wouldn't need this whole range, but like if you're like a makeup artist or like a drag artist, this is like so ideal.
It's a real nice color wheel because
Yeah.
you have everything. You have a cool
Yeah.
tone, you have a warm tone.
You could probably use this for pretty much anyone's skin tone, because this is like a super dark black, and this is just a literal white, and so well, not black.
Brown.
It's a brown. Yeah, sorry.
Well, you don't want to put black in your contour.
Yeah, no. I saw brown, thought brown, said black. But let me start with like I like this one because it's kind of just putting back like what I did with the cream contour. It's kind of just that color again, kind of putting it back a little warmer.
It's called Deep Sky. Like in
Deep
which
Sky.
universe Deep Sky is brown?
Yeah, they're all sky. It's like white sky, that one's literal. Pink sky, bright sky, yellow sky, which like it's cute, but also makes no sense.
No,
when is there a
maybe
yellow
it has
sky?
a very strange idea about sky color.
Yes, I mean, I think the branding for that brand goes like the whole way through, and it's super thorough. I really appreciate it, but it also means sometimes you get things that are like sky themed, and it's like this has nothing to do with anything. But
Show them what you use as a blush.
I feel like a shame because this is like $40 for a blush, which I don't think I've ever spent more than like $5 on a blush before. But it's this Pat McGrath blush, which is it's just so pretty. Like I view having this not as a need, but as a want. Like I'm very aware that this is not necessary to spend this much. So I think I have an e.l.f. blush that is the exact same thing, and a little less pigmented. So let's be clear, you do not need to spend this much on a blush. It's more of like you get your first paycheck for something and you're just really proud of yourself. Like it's that kind. It's also really pigmented. So I have to go. I found it's the color that I look like when I blush out of drag. So it's like very accurate, which I don't really go for accuracy, but it's kind of wild because like this color is like what my skin looks like when it's blushed, which is kind of wild to me.
Yeah, but for drag is good that it's pigmented because you paint for the back rows.
Oh, exactly. And I just love like a very pink blush. we're back to doing all the steps out of order. So now that I've done my blush and contour, it's now time to go back to the eyes, of course. Because I realized, like, I don't know. We're going to see some bright yellow. Oh, that's really good. I wish it wasn't good because now I want it. Now I want to buy it. If it wasn't good, I'd be like, oh, I don't need it.
Look who is the instigator for expensive makeup. Me. That doesn't happen very often. Usually more of advocate for cheap stuff.
Oh, me too. I mean, like, when I was telling you about the liner, which isn't cheap, I gave like a million, like, I promise I don't normally, like.
Oh, yellow looks great here.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Because the yellow is just so good. Like, I feel like most yellows, this would just look like a beige. But this yellow looks yellow.
Oh, yeah. ABH quality.
I don't even know.
I could drag it out a little more here because when you see sideways, it's more of like a straight line up instead of out.
Yeah. You want to do the honors?
Yeah, why not?
Queen of.
Let's see. I can see side better anyway.
I need a new, like, the thing with me is that, like, I have a really, like, thin face, so I'm always scared of going too much to the side. But I feel like I just gotta get over that. Because this looks so good on you.
Yeah, that's what I like. My favorite, snatched up.
Oh, yeah, it's always way at the side.
Oh, what is it? Hair?
Oh, yeah. My real brows are around there.
Oh, yeah, because that's a part you didn't get covered up, I think.
Or it's just, there's, like, 1 or 2 hairs there, so you never see it.
Yeah, the eyeliner got into the hair. Yeah, I feel like, see, this kind of shape. It's a little better.
Oh, man, I like that a lot.
I would probably blend a little bit of black eyeshadow here.
Yeah, to blend.
But I don't want to put that pencil there because it's going to be too much out of control.
Should I connect that to the bottom?
Yeah, well,
Let's
you better do it yourself because I don't want to. It's your look. But I like the shape, actually.
Yeah.
Because from the side, it looks better.
I put on just enough makeup that I can call myself, oh, that's so much better. That I can call myself a drag queen, and that's enough, you know. Well, no, that makes it sound like I don't put a lot of makeup. It's rather like I don't focus on the makeup too much.
Well, that makes sense because it's just a part of the whole performance, not the most important part.
Yeah. But I do spend a crazy amount of time when I'm like sewing and stuff. So like I do care about the look. It's just.
What do you do for the under eyes?
Usually I do my lashes first and see how much it needs. Again, chaos. This brush, I'm pretty sure I borrowed from my makeup teacher right before the pandemic. And then we went home for like what we thought was a week. And I was like, oh, I'll go take this home as I do my final. 2 years later, I still have it. I think I returned most of them to her.
So did you actually graduate makeup school?
Oh no, it was just like in the theater department, just like.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no, that would be shade to whatever school taught this. No, it's like a theater department, like theater makeup, so it's very like practical and like. It was like a crash course type thing, and like same with that, the same with that, like I took like a 1 quarter thing on like costume design, like an entire field just in 1 quarter. So
it's a very small brush. I like that.
Yeah, it's like pretty much a paintbrush. It's seen better days. It's used to be flat, like now it's just. But thanks, Becky. I mean, sorry for taking it. I'm gonna finish up with the nose contour, and then we were just gonna stop with the eyes because otherwise I will keep going and it'll get worse and worse. I mean, I look incredible. I'm amazing.
Yeah, you look hot already.
Oh my god.
You have the best sun pop. I can do. I thought mine was good until I heard yours.
See, I'm telling you, I'm a performance queen. I can do that kind of stuff. I'm really excited because, she's in January, but I just got cast in a show at my school, like through like the music department. So it's like a legit show. And I'm doing it in drag, and I'm like one of the leads, which is very exciting.
Awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you. And I'm very excited because it's like a legit musical, and it's not just like a comedy role. Because you know, when I do something in drag, I'm like expecting it just to be a comedy role, you know. But it's like a comedy, but it's also kind of serious, which I'm very.
Do you
excited.
sing too?
Well enough that I was cast, I guess. I'm not like a great singer, but like I can sing, if that makes sense. Like I wouldn't. If I had a show, you wouldn't come to it for the singing, but if I sang, you wouldn't be like, why? You know, it's that level. I can do it well enough that it works.
What do you do with these little tiny lashes? It's like a little straight female lashes.
Tiny. We're just gonna.
Well, in my world, that's
actually. Well, we went really far out, so I'm not even gonna bother with those today.
Let's do it all.
Let's use my crusty like.
I saw them at the bottom of the back. I'm like, what are these? Just fibers.
There's like an arachnid in here, yeah. And then I'm obviously not gonna stick here, but
let's see.
That's kind of.
It's pretty good. If you put it just a little lower, maybe it's gonna show the makeup there.
Oh yeah, it's funny. It always covers all my makeup, and I'm like, what? So I'm like that. It'll stick a lot better when I have.
Oh yeah.
Glue.
And mascara.
Could I borrow some glue?
Yeah. Alright, so we're coming back with eyelashes because it was a boring part, so we didn't take that.
Now we're using this AVH. I just love how it looks. I don't know if you guys can see it, but just the texture and the pan.
Yeah, this surface is so pretty.
Like I feel bad using it because I don't want it to wear down.
It's very subtle though, like it's very smoothing, so it's good for not showing the texture. Mm-hmm. But if you're looking for like a blinding highlighter, it's not it.
What did you use for your cheeks today?
I actually used that, and I topped it over with radioactive.
Ooh,
you want to try it?
That'll work for.
But it's going to be the same thing. You need some spray on your cheeks because if it's very dry. So we're trying to use Christina's Grwm Girls Cosmetics radioactive palette for this. Because it's very, very reflective.
We're being very careful because this is like pigment enough to be eyeshadow. So which like is not what I'm trying to get here. So I'm doing very little at a time. So I took some Radon, which is the white one, and now Gamma Ray, which is, I mean, they're all a bunch of colors because they're duochromes, but it's like pink as far as I can tell.
Yeah.
Also, I'm colorblind, so when it comes to colors, I'm the last person to trust in terms of.
It's like pink and peach reflecting into two colors. Looks like.
Like I can see color, but I can't. Like the way I describe it is, I can't see color in like the same resolution other people can. Like I can. Like people are like, "Oh, you're colorblind? What color is this?" I'm like, "It's red. It's reddish pink." Like I know that, but it's if you were to put like 3 red lipsticks next to each other that are all very similar, I would have a really hard time telling you if they're all the same or not.
Interesting.
So
well, at least you can tell the difference between red and green.
Yes, but the thing is I learned like because I've had to the way I put on blush is that at least when I'm doing like putting on a little bit of blush, like I was putting on blush like out of drag, which I don't know. If I want to look blushed out of drag, I'll put on less foundation because I just have red skin. But I kept putting it on more and more because I couldn't see it, and then I realized I can't see slight pink. So I stepped out of the house looking like bright pink to everyone else because I could only basically if I'm wearing blush, as soon as I can see it, it's too much.
Wow.
Because if I can see like to me like I mean how much blush am I wearing? Like not a crazy amount.
No.
But I can't see like any blush that I'm wearing right now.
Actually, it's not a lot of blush.
Yeah, so. Well, I think sometimes I overcorrect because I'm like so used to like not putting on blush.
Yeah, so expect some more. Well, that's what I usually do to blend the highlight. I put some more blush to blend the highlight. Oh, now I can see it.
Yeah. Oh, I like that a lot. Just with the highlight. Just the.
So you like the pinky blushes?
Oh, I love pinky blushes. Like they don't really look realistic. Like I don't care. Like I just love the.
Oh, for drag, everything.
Oh,
Nothing is realistic. Who cares?
Exactly. And then, like, and oh, I love that. I love this as the highlight. The Gourmand Girls. I think I'm gonna have to get that myself. Where can I get it?
On GarmanGirls.com cosmetics. I'll send you a link.
Oh, please do. This is. I rarely use shimmers and stuff, but like, I'm gonna get that. Like, ooh.
Yeah, the multi-chromes, the duochromes, they're like so buttery and stuff.
Ooh, I just can't stop looking at myself.
Yes, go ahead.
Okay.
She's getting there.
Oh, she's fully getting there. We're ignoring this white mess, but
That's okay. It looks bright from distance.
good. I think we're good.
No, I think we're ready for the full transformation.
Absolutely.
The wig and
we'll
outfit.
be right back. Yes.
And we're back. She's here, full snatched, with a beautiful wig on, lifted up so you can see the top of your head. Because I'm sure that you're tall. Beautiful pink hair. And look at that corset.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I mean, I'm wearing shorts under this, but. Woo.
Yes. And I helped put it all together.
Oh, absolutely.
And my cat helped too. He scratched the whole thing.
Oh, yes. So I moved the camera, I think. And this is the towel that I was using because, I mean, when you're like a normal person, you don't need to do this, you know? You don't get food in your lap. When you're me, everything goes everywhere. And so this is to save.
Yeah, Latke borrowing my dirty towel.
Making it much more dirty. Glamour, I'm filthy, I'm a mess. Glamour.
I hope you guys like this kind of a kicky get ready with me. It was not planned. It was just like we just went with it. And make sure you follow Latke on Instagram. What's your Instagram?
Latke.queen. So LATKE.queen.
Do you have any more social media?
I just can't decide if I still use my TikTok anymore, so I'll decide and see.
So you spell like LATKE.
Queen. Queen spelled like queen, like the thing that you hope I know how to
So I'm
spell.
gonna list her Instagram description box so you guys can give her a follow and we can all be friends on YouTube and Instagram.
You can scroll down my Instagram and see how much of an improvement this is. Because I feel like, I don't know. I'm like, I should delete my old makeup photos. It's like, no. It's good to have.
I know.
I don't have the really old ones. Like I have ones that I was telling her when I was first learning makeup, I didn't know the difference between highlight and highlighter. Which if you are new, basically highlighter is sparkly and like you put it like on the cheeks. Highlight is like a bright color. So I was just sparkly everywhere because I didn't know the difference. So those pictures I don't have up. But like the ones that
would be very interesting to see.
Yes. I don't even know if I have those pictures. I hope not. Those could be blackmail at this point.
So I hope you guys enjoyed it. So we're going to take off and literally take everything off.
Keep it on for 5 minutes and then leave.
Yep, that's the life of YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
So leave me a comment, guys. Let me know what you think. And say hello to Latke in the comments. And like this video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. I upload 3 times a week, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And I go live some Mondays. So thank you to all my patrons. Thank you guys so much for your support. So we're going to say goodbye. Bye, guys. Love you. Thank you for watching. Bye.